celebrate again. Say my name. Say my name. And every combination, we are shining. And we will never be afraid again. Say my
Welcome back, guys. You know the guest. We've got burnouts coming up this weekend, so we're gonna do a little bit of prep on the car. It's Wednesday today, and we leave Friday. So Zach come around last night, gave it a bloody good clean, and just ran the light buff over it, get that shine happening again. So I'll give you a look at that. So you can just see how shiny it is now, and a lot of the rubber come off, which is unreal. That's obviously the paint damage, but that's what we've expected. But yeah, it's just back to its fine looking self again, which is unreal. All ready for Bathurst. Now, I did mention I had a electrical issue back before we put the alternator on it. We thought it was just the alternator. Anyway, we've put the new alternator on. It went fine. Then at Summonats it started playing up, which then we checked it with the multimeter, it was fine. And we got home and then went to Leeton, same again, it was fine until the very end when we're loading it on the trailer. Battery light was flickering on and stuff like that. And went to start it up the other day and it was doing the same thing. I thought, oh, I better try and sort something out. So got Brett to come around, have a look. And we chucked a multimeter on it, and it was getting a 1 volt drop from the alternator to the battery, which isn't the best. So it was getting 14 point something here and only 13 point something, or high 12s here. So, which means there's obviously some sort of damage in the loom, in the wire from there to there. So I'm on my lunch break now, but after work when I get home, I'll be running twin core 6mm. So put terminals on and put both the wires on the back of the alternator there, and I'll run it with wherever the loom goes, then run it up here and hook it straight onto the battery. That way it's got no hope of, I'll leave the old wire there, that way it's still got all connections and it's just going to be good. So it's not the other wire, the old wire's not shorting out or anything, so it won't cause any problems. It's just obviously, I don't know, maybe corroded or half broken in a spot, which is making an intermittent problem. So we'll have to get that done, and that should fix the problem, which is good. Also, I went and got a new set of plugs, seeing though it's been 12 months exactly yesterday on Tuesday, which since we actually got the car fully finished and was ready for Bathurst last year, which is how old these spark plugs are. So I thought I'll put a new set in, and I'm running a TR6 NGK TR6 plug. So these aren't a stock plug, and they're a cooler plug. So because it's running 85, it has more bang in the motor, more flammable, more shit going on, more combustion. So I run a colder plug, and that should make it idle a lot better too. So yeah, and yeah, same old, got some new oil, new filter. I was thinking about getting a new filter, which is a washable one, so I don't have to keep buying them. So you pull it apart and you can wash it out. So that might be something I look into in the future. So I've got the plugs in now, and I just started up. I'm not going to start it again because I'm just about to drain the oil, but I just started up. First thing I wanted to do is just idle, which is unreal. So they're a colder plug. I'm not sure if I explained before, they're a colder plug, and they suit the E85 setup a lot better. And anyway, there was no dead spot there at all. Like, I didn't rev it, but just like when I was adjusting the idle, just give it a tiny little bit of open throttle, but and it sounds way crankier with them. and yeah, just more responsive is what I was trying to get at. But yeah, so that should make a big difference. Luckily for this plate, because it's actually started to scrape the plate. So once that goes, another one will be welded straight to it, so it doesn't do it again, just for now. I just got the brake clean and cleaned all the oil. Now this here leaks, so I'll have to get a new pan. I'm gonna get a deeper pan for it, so I can hold a bit more oil and get these properly welded in. But I just, yeah, brake cleaned everything else. I pulled this boot off because it was hanging down a lot. This one's hanging down a bit, but you'll be right, that one. I will have to do something, maybe see if they make some sort of fireproof cover for them. But other than that, I've cleaned everything, so there's nothing leaking down. So we're all but ready to go. Car's on the truck. Leaving tomorrow. I'm just putting some fuel in. This was up to it was about 3/4 full, but I wanted to fill it up because Bathurst doesn't have any E85, so from what I've looked up, so I've got to take spare drums. That's why I've got two 20-litre drums. This one's about half full now, so I'll take this back to the servo and fill her up with the E85, and then yeah, go from there.